It's that time again. Season 5 has come to a close, and we've all picked out our favorite episodes. Which ones had the best stories, the best character moments, the most memorable lessons, or even just the most entertaining humor? Well, after all the individual reviews over these past months, I've come up with my picks for the best of the best. And honestly, looking back now, Season 5 has had so many gems that it was really hard to come up with just 10. Bear in mind that while I'm going to be doing my best to focus on which episodes had the most merit, in the end, it is my list, and I don't think anyone can completely remove their own perspectives on what they enjoyed watching most of all. So take a few moments to think of your own favorite stories as we count down the top 10 best episodes of MLP Season 5.
I'm here to show you who I am. Throw off the veil, it's finally time. There's more to me than glitz and glam. Oh, and now I feel my stars align. Throw off the veil, it's finally time.
Number 10, Brotherhooves Social.
Well, I do declare it's harder today than the business end of a corncob pie.
You know, for all the excitement we had for Big Mac's first moment in the spotlight, I don't know whether any of us were prepared when Orchard Blossom appeared on screen. And indeed, I had a lot of fun with the awkward humor and the over-the-top moments. Yet, I understand that's more of a personal preference since not everyone can enjoy this kind of awkwardness in an episode. And really, if that's all the story had going for it, then it wouldn't belong on this list. However, I felt I really couldn't leave it off because of the final scene between Big Mac and Apple Bloom. This has got to be one of the most heartfelt and genuine moments in the entire series, and coming from a character who's long been known as the strong silent type. Every word, every emotion just hits you right in the feels because you can immediately relate to Big Mac's motivations and struggle. We may not have thought much about the brother-sister relationship in the Apple family before this episode, but I have to give credit for such a brilliant conflict and resolution for Big Mac's character.
Throw off the veil, it's finally time.
Number 9. Make new friends but keep discord.
Remember me?
I made a lot of different creatures, each one of them perfect and unique.
Let's face it, who doesn't love a Discord episode?
The Peanut Butter Hoof Gang.
Okay, maybe not every Discord episode, but this one happens to be a lot of fun. Aside from the usual string of entertaining randomness, we get an intriguing look into Discord's struggles as a character. We've seen plenty of stories focusing on jealousy, and there really wasn't anything all that surprising about the resolution here. But Treehugger made for a delightfully clueless and yet somehow brilliant friend to Fluttershy. The Smooze was an entertaining callback to the original series, and I for one can't help but smile at the shenanigans Fluttershy and Discord go through for the sake of their friendship. Maybe not the most thought-provoking story, but tons of fun I'll be sure to come back to in the future.
Throw off the veil, it's finally time.
Number 8. The Cutie Map.
But there is a third way. Of course! Eventually the wind and weather will wear down the walls until they start to crumble. Then all we have to do is wait for a big enough hole to form and we can just walk out! It's the perfect plan! I guess.
The inclusion of the Cutie Map in Twilight's castle opened up the whole of Equestria for the main six to travel. And though we only saw it being used a few times during Season 5, I have no doubt it'll continue expanding the world in future seasons. But of course, what really stands out in this Season 5 opener is the villain, Starlight Glimmer. A rather unique entry compared to many of the other main villains in MLP, Starlight is a normal unicorn who managed to catch all the main six off guard. She had an intriguing charisma, a surprising amount of knowledge, and wasn't trying to take over Equestria with any kind of bombastic powers. And to our surprise, the main six weren't the only ones to save the day. In the end, they were the ones who needed help from the secondary characters. Throw in some entertaining character moments from both Pinky and Fluttershy, a conflict that wasn't about overpowering your opponent with any kind of deus ex machina, and the fact that the villain gets away to fight another day, and the Cutie map made for a rather enjoyable Season 5 opener.
Throw off the veil, it's finally time.
Number 7, Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep?
Anything you can do in your dreams, you can do now.
Well, if you're gonna dream, might as well dream big, right?
While a great many fans have praised this episode to no end, there have been more than a few in the Brony community who question its message. And while I can understand some of their hesitations, I honestly still find this story's setup and conclusion so admirable and uplifting. The thought of Princess Luna showing her vulnerabilities and needing help to overcome them, especially when it came to forgiving herself, is a wonderful lesson in my perspective. I suppose one of these days I'll have to create a full video on its own as to why I believe this to be true. But even beyond the moral, we have some hilarious dream sequences, a deeper look into the main six's subconscious, and while controversial for some, still a wonderful feel-good episode for me.
Throw off the veil, it's finally time.
Number 6, Thanks for the Memories.
Me? What about Applejack? Applejack cries on the inside, Twilight!
It's true.
Story with an almost exclusive focus on the adorableness that is Rainbow Dash and Tank? Check. First song she can call all her own? Check. Teaching about the pain and loss that death can bring without any character actually dying? Triple check. I went on and on about how brilliant this setup was during my review, but even looking back now, I can't help but still feel for how brilliant it is. Anyone watching this episode can easily relate to what Rainbow is going through and learn from her experiences. And yet the writers didn't have to cross that line so many other children's shows are so terrified of crossing. I admit that Rainbow getting away with blatant sabotage scot-free is a little distracting, but the positive elements in this story are just far too good to ignore. I look forward to calling back on this episode whenever I'm struggling with pain and loss. That's it for these entries, though there's plenty more to discuss in part 2. Click here in the video to go check it out, and leave your thoughts on which episodes you think will make the cut in the comments below. Until next time, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.